The first thing I did after being reborn was to run into my biological sister on purpose and make her fall for me at first sight. Because in my past life, after my wealthy biological parents took me back, my biological sister always opposed me for the fake young master and spread rumors that I was an illegitimate child. She even got people to bully me. After living with her for a whole lifetime, I already know all her likes and dislikes perfectly. So I deliberately disguised myself as the perfect guy in her eyes. I just want her to experience the despair and pain when lovers who are meant to be together turn out to be siblings. Right now, as soon as my target Liu Ruyan showed up, I walked up slowly and asked, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the nearest library is?" After Liu Ruyan and her best friend turned around, they were both stunned at once. They saw a sunny boy in a white shirt. Standing right behind them, Liu Ruyan was stunned for a second. The strong visual impact made her heart beat like crazy. It wasn't until I asked again which way to go that she suddenly snapped back to her senses. She subconsciously pointed toward Jinshi Road. "Go that way." "Okay, thanks a lot." I gave a polite smile and turned to leave. Liu Ruyan just stared blankly at my back. It wasn't until I walked far away that she finally came to her senses as if waking from a dream. Then she heard her two best friends talking beside her. "That guy is so hot." I've lived this many years. This is the first time I've seen such a handsome guy. So those 17 or 18-year-old guys with extraordinary temperament in novels aren't completely made up after all. Yeah, he's really super handsome. Every feature of his fits her taste perfectly. Liu Ruyan clenched her fists and took a deep breath. "Come on, let's go to Jinshi Road too. What does it feel like to fall for someone you're supposed to hate so much?" You should ask Liu Ruyan from the previous life this question. Thinking about the look in her eyes just now, I couldn't help laughing out loud. I really can't wait to see Liu Ruyan's reaction when she finds out I'm her real brother. Counting the time. The Liu family should be discussing right now about picking me up and taking me home, right? In my past life, I entered the Liu family as an adopted son, and I didn't find out my real identity until a long time later. But in this life, if they want to take me away, it won't be that easy. Sure enough, just as I expected. Early the next morning, people from the Liu family came to my door. But it wasn't Mr. and Mrs. Liu who came. It was the Liu family's driver and nanny. "Are you Mr. Liu Jingchen?" Liga had a proper smile on her face. But the moment she saw my face clearly, her pupils shrank suddenly, but she quickly came back to her senses. "Hello, Mr. Liu Jingchen. We work for Liu Zhengguo, the boss of Shengheng Real Estate. Here's our business card. You can take a look." Liga handed me the business card with one hand. I didn't take the business card. Instead, I crossed my arms over my chest, leaned against the wall, and looked Li Shui up and down. "So, what can I do for you?" "Well, you see," Li Shui's face stiffened when she was ignored, and she looked slightly annoyed. "I wonder if you still have any impression of your biological father." "What do you mean by that?" I raised an eyebrow. "You mean your boss is my biological?" "No, that's not it." Before I could finish speaking, Li Shui frowned and cut me off. "Your biological father saved our boss's life. Our boss said your father has passed away. From now on, he will be your father. So he sent us to pick you up and take you home. We will also go through formal adoption procedures. From now on, you will be a son of the Liu family." The driver Liu Hu also spoke up beside her. "I think you know that too. The Liu family is the richest family in Jinhai City. To be blunt, as long as you become our boss's son, you'll be set for life, basically." Both of them had smug looks on their faces, like I was getting some huge bargain. I chuckled softly. "Sorry, I have no intention of randomly recognizing people as my parents. Do you have anything else to say? If not, don't delay my breakfast, okay? Thanks." After saying that, I walked straight into the house and slammed the door shut. Before I closed the door, I saw the shocked looks on both their faces. A moment later, angry voices came from outside the door. "Mr. Liu, you need to think this through. That's the Liu family, the richest family in the city. If you miss this opportunity, you won't get another chance like this. If you don't believe us, you can call first to verify our identity. We really are from the Liu family. Do you have any idea what you're turning down? When you grow up, you'll definitely regret it." Soon Li Shui and Liu Hu returned to the Liu family. They told Mr. and Mrs. Liu about my attitude. Liu Ruyan happened to be there too. When she heard I turned down their adoption offer, she sneered, "Fine, let him stay away if he doesn't want to come back. He's just a little punk anyway. Who does he think he is, some big shot?" As soon as Liu Ruyan finished speaking, Mother Liu gave her a dissatisfied glance. "Ruyan, don't talk like that. You know how things are?" Liu Ruyan stood up impatiently. She grabbed the car keys next to her. "You don't need to lecture me about this. I have stuff to do, I'll head out first." Liu Ruyan left in big strides. Mother Lu sighed. She looked at Father Lu beside her. What do we do now? Honey, he doesn't want to come back. What's so hard about this? Father Lu was reading the newspaper with his legs crossed. He didn't take this matter seriously at all. He doesn't want to come back. It's just because he's being cautious. He just doesn't believe there's such a thing as a free lunch. I'll go there myself in a couple of days. Only then did Mother Lu's face light up. That makes sense. We'll bring some luxury goods with us then, so he knows what real rich people are like. He's our biological son, after all. We can't just let him waste his life out there, right? Sigh, I just hope he's smart enough. And be more sensible, and behave himself when he comes back. After turning down Li Hui and Liu Hu, I went to the library on Jinshi Road to read. I know very well how much Liu Ruyan despises me, her biological brother. When she heard I turned down the adoption today, she must be super annoyed right now. When she's mad, she hates staying at home. She goes to internet cafes when she doesn't have a boyfriend. When she has a boyfriend, she goes to meet him. I saw the clear amazement in Liu Ruyan's eyes that day. So even if I'm not Liu Ruyan's boyfriend, I'm the guy she fell for at first sight. If nothing goes wrong, she'll come to Jinshi Road today to try her luck. I held a book on psychology, reading it with great interest. Sure enough, just as I expected. An hour later, I heard Liu Ruyan's surprised voice. It's you! I had purposely sat by the window. The sun was shining nicely today. Golden sunlight fell on my face, making me look like I was glowing all over. I lifted my head slightly and saw Liu Ruyan not far away. She was walking quickly towards where I was sitting. There was a faint, confused look in my upturned phoenix eyes, until Liu Ruyan stood right in front of me, staring at me with a surprised look on her face. I frowned in confusion. Do I know you? Seeing that I seemed not to recognize her, a flicker of disappointment crossed Liu Ruyan's eyes, but very quickly, she broke into a big smile at me. Hey, handsome, don't you remember me? That day at the internet cafe entrance. You asked me for directions, remember? Oh, right, it's you. It suddenly clicked for me. I smiled politely at Liu Ruyan. Thanks a lot for that, by the way. It was my first time coming to Jinshi Road that day. I wasn't very good at using the navigation. I almost went the wrong way. No problem at all. Liu Ruyan waved her hands repeatedly. Then she pointed at the empty seat opposite me. Hey, handsome, can I sit here? Of course you can. I nodded my head and went back to reading my book. Liu Ruyan sat down on the seat. Seeing that I had no intention of talking to her, she felt a little upset. But when she looked at my face, her heart started pounding like crazy again. Just then, I felt her gaze on me. I lifted my head slightly again. Those slightly upturned phoenix eyes gave me a really unique vibe. When our eyes met, Liu Ruyan snapped back to her senses immediately. She thought up a quick excuse. Hey, so handsome, I see you're reading a psychology book. Do you study psychology in school? No, I put down the book and answered. I'm just a little interested in it, that's all. Oh, I see. Are you still a student then? Yeah, of course. Are you in high school or college? College, obviously. She kept asking all these random questions. A hint of impatience showed in my eyes. Is there something you need? Noticing the shift in my mood, Liu Ruyan's heart skipped a beat. She quickly explained, I was just asking randomly. I didn't mean anything by it. I just wanted to get to know you better, that's all. Sincerity always works like a charm. Liu Ruyan decided to tell the truth. She looked at me sincerely with her almond eyes. To be honest with you, the first time I saw you that day, I've had a crush on you ever since. I've come to Jinshi Road every day these days, just hoping to run into you. Could you give me a chance? To go after you. Don't let Liu Ruyan's affectionate act fool you. She's actually a total player. She switches boyfriends super quickly. She hates it when her boyfriends obey her every order. In her opinion, a guy needs to have his own principles, to have real personal charm. Otherwise, he's just rigid and boring, with no challenge at all. Having been her brother for so many years, I know exactly how to handle her. I listened to Liu Ruyan calmly till she finished. He Shengshu smiled at her. Whether you want to pursue me is your own business. Why are you asking me for permission? Does that mean if I say no, you'll disappear right in front of me? If that's the case, then my answer is definitely no. My tone was gentle, but my expression was extremely firm. With a hint of annoyance at being disturbed, I stood up holding my book. Do you have anything else to ask? If not, I'll be leaving first. Liu Ruyan didn't expect me to turn cold so suddenly. Seeing me get up to leave, she immediately stood up too. I didn't mean that, cutie. It's totally fine if you don't want me to pursue you. I just wanted to let you know first, so it won't feel too abrupt. Whether you agree or not, I'm still gonna go after you. She looked completely serious. I just glanced at her casually. Suit yourself? Before I left, I grabbed a book from the nearby bookshelf. Liu Ruyan followed right after seeing that, wanting to invite me to lunch. I turned her down. Liu Ruyan didn't give up even after being rejected. She asked for my contact information again. I was getting annoyed by her pestering. So I said, maybe next time. If we run into each other again, I'll give you my contact info then. Liu Ruyan didn't pester me anymore this time. After I left, she immediately went back to the library. Her intention was quite obvious, but I didn't care at all. After all, people don't value things that come too easy. While the Liu family keeps pestering me, I need to leave a perfect impression on Ruyan. For the next few days, I only shuttled between school and my rental apartment. I never went back to the library. When Sunday came, my apartment finally welcomed its second group of visitors. They were Mr. and Mrs. Liu. Ever since I turned down the people the Liu family sent last time, Mr. Liu had been planning when to come see me. He happened to be free today, so he came with Mrs. Liu. As for Li Shui and Liu Hu, they were obviously waiting downstairs. Who are you guys? It was still pretty early at that time. I leaned against the doorframe. Neither Mr. nor Mrs. Liu expected that I would be this good-looking. They froze the second they saw me. It took them quite a while to come to their senses. A son this handsome is a pleasure to look at even just on the surface. Once I go back to the Liu family, no matter what my education and experience are, this face alone will be an extremely powerful advantage. Hello there, young man. I wonder if you know who I am. Before coming here, Mr. Liu was a bit impatient deep down. After all, for a son he hadn't raised. By his side since childhood, he had zero affection for me. If it weren't for the blood tie, he would never have made this trip at all. But now it seems this trip is way more worthwhile than he expected. Mr. Liu looked totally friendly. I raised an eyebrow and said, if I knew who you were, would I be asking who you are? Though my attitude made Mr. Liu a bit uncomfortable. When he thought about the benefits I could bring to the Liu family after returning, he forced down that dissatisfaction. It never crossed his mind that I would refuse the adoption. After all, he's the richest man in Jinhai City. Handling an underage young guy should be a total piece of cake. Allow me to introduce myself then. I'm Liu Zhenguo, the owner of Shengheng Group. This is my business card. Mr. Liu handed me the card with a warm smile. I didn't reach out to take it. Instead, I asked rhetorically, so, what do you want? I didn't give him any face at all. Mother Liu frowned. Father Liu didn't feel awkward at all and took back his business card. Let me put it this way. Did a man and a woman come to see you a few days ago? I guess they already told you what happened, right? Your father is my savior. He saved my life. His only last wish was to find you and make it up to you properly. I cut him off. You want me to be your son? Father Liu nodded. That's right, but don't worry. I'll go through the formal adoption procedures so that everyone in Jinhai City knows you are the son of me, Liu Zhenguo. With that, Father Liu sighed and looked at me with loving eyes. I know you lost your mother when you were very young and grew up all alone till you're 17. That must have been really tough. But no matter what happened in the past, I'll never let you suffer any more from now on. The Liu family isn't extremely wealthy, but we do have some influence in Jinhai City. We can support you in whatever you want to do. From now on, you'll be my own biological son. Father Liu spoke very emotionally, but I wasn't moved at all. I looked at him with a completely deadpan expression. No need, I'll say it again. I have no intention of calling a random man Dad. He never expected that even after he said all this, I'd still turn him down. His face immediately fell. How is that calling a random man Dad? Your father is my savior. My dad is your savior. I'm not the one who saved your life. You already treated him well all those years, that's enough. No need to take care of his son on top of that. Besides, I'm living a pretty good life right now. You call this dump, you live in a good life. As long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. In this lifetime, I will never go back as an adopted son. I want the Liu family to personally acknowledge I'm their biological son. I'll shatter the Liu family's peace bit by bit, or I can make their lives hell even from outside. If I really go to the Liu family as an adopted son, that's just putting chains on myself. Then whenever they want to frame me, it'll be super easy for them. I'm not scared of that. But I don't want the hassle, besides, only by going back as the biological son. Can I see if that fake, so-called innocent young master of the Liu family is actually that naive? I looked at their furious faces. Do you have anything else? If not, I'm heading out. I closed the door and got ready to leave. Father and Mother Liu chased after me. Father Liu was too mad to say anything. Mother Liu followed behind me, trying to persuade me. Kid, you're still young. You don't know how important money is. I can earn my own money later. How much can you even earn? I'm not looking down on you, honey. The Liu family can easily give you a whole villa. If you rely on yourself alone, how long will it take you to afford a villa? And all those limited edition cars and watches? As long as you become our son, you can have all of this. I suddenly turned around, glanced at Mother Liu, and mocked. My dad is your husband's savior, and the only way you can repay him is to adopt me as your son. If I don't become your son, I get nothing at all. What does that tell you? That means you're not just trying to repay my dad out of the goodness of your hearts. Is it because I'm good-looking? And can bring benefits to the Liu family? Rich families always do the arranged marriage thing, right? A cold smirk tugged at the corner of my mouth. If I really become your adopted son, all the money you spend on me, you'll expect me to pay back multiple times over, or even... I took a deep breath. If I ever refuse to follow your arrangements, you'll probably even label me as an ungrateful brat. You guys are so fake. You're basically biting the hand that fed you. But you act like you're such a grateful person. You get money, fame, and all the good stuff. No wonder you're the richest family in Jinhai City. Don't ever come looking for me again, all of you Liu family. No matter what you say, I'll never agree. Watching the expressions on their faces shift from guilt to rage to disbelief, I walked away cheerfully. After yelling at those two old folks, I felt so relieved and happy. I decided to go mess with that little one, Liu Ruyan. The whole family should get the same treatment, right? After several days, I finally went back to the library on Jinshi Road again. But before I got close, I spotted Liu Ruyan squatting at the library entrance, with a clearly irritated look on her face. At the same time, Liu Ruyan saw me too. Our eyes locked. Liu Ruyan's face lit up instantly and ran straight over to me. Hey, handsome, I finally get to see you again. Can you give me your contact info this time? I frowned, my expression cold as ice. Seeing how I reacted, Liu Ruyan asked nervously. You said before, if we met again next time, you rich folks all have pretty much the same weird hobbies, huh? I cut Liu Ruyan off mid-sentence. I had a sarcastic sneer on my face. You like 'em young, naive, and easy to control, right? It was obvious from my words that I was upset about something. Liu Ruyan's expression turned serious immediately. Seeing that I was about to turn and leave, she hurried to catch up with me. Hey, did something bad happen to you? Tell me about it. Maybe I can help you out. I ignored her. Of course I know most love at first sight is just lust at first sight, but I never meant to make you uncomfortable or use any means you don't like to force you to be my boyfriend. I pressed my lips together. Forced relationships never work out. I want my relationship to be based on mutual respect, equality, and genuine love for each other. Liu Ruyan noticed I was softening up. She let out a sigh of relief and spoke even more sincerely. Ever since you told me last time that you'd give me your contact info the next time we saw each other, I've come to the library to wait for you every day, just hoping I'd run into you again and become friends with you. I glanced at her. The look on my face said it all. Liu Ruyan said, For now, yeah, but I'm sure sooner or later, you'll be moved by my efforts and become my boyfriend. That confident, huh? I finally dropped that cold, icy look I had earlier. Liu Ruyan straightened her back. Of course, when you first look at me, you might think I'm not that good looking, but once you get to know me, you'll realize how fun and likable I really am. I raised an eyebrow and looked at her. You? Not good looking. Liu Ruyan is actually really pretty. She got the good genes from the Liu family. She's tall and has a great figure, with a bright, youthful face. Tons of guys at school chase after her. Plus, her family is super rich, so she's basically a popular campus celebrity. After chatting for a while, Liu Ruyan and I got a lot closer. We went to a cafe to get coffee. Liu Ruyan asked why I was in a bad mood earlier. I was silent for a long time. Before carefully telling her what happened that day, I only said that a rich couple had showed up, telling me my parents had done them a huge favor, and they wanted to adopt me. Liu Ruyan looked totally shocked and confused. Hey, you look almost 18, right? Why would they come find you now, saying they want to adopt you? What's that even supposed to mean? I glanced at her and said calmly, Their family is super wealthy. They said if I agree to be their son, I can skip decades of hard work. So what if they're rich? Liu Ruyan laughed angrily. Before she could finish talking, her face froze. Hey, yeah. I knew what she was going to ask. I nodded. I'm an orphan. I never met my dad. My mom passed away when I was 7. Ever since then, I've been able to attend school thanks to donations from kind people in the community. I said all this casually, with a totally calm expression. But that casual attitude made people feel even worse for me. Liu Ruyan's heart ached for me. It must have been so hard for you all these years. Not really. I'm used to being on my own. That's why I was mad when they showed up out of nowhere, saying all that stuff out of the blue. I'm sorry I took it out on you earlier. You don't have to apologize. It's their fault, not yours. Liu Ruyan had no idea that the rich couple I was talking about were her own parents, and I was that good for nothing. Ugly, vulgar, hated biological brother she knew of. Liu Ruyan didn't know what to say for a moment. After all, given her current position, she didn't have much right to promise me anything. After thinking it over carefully, Liu Ruyan took a deep breath. Hey, little bro, are you having any difficulties in life right now? If you do run into any trouble, I can help you out. You absolutely must not let that rich couple adopt you.